Should you build a real estate team? It's one of the basic questions, and often it's assumed in our industry. Once someone is a great producer, the next logical step is to build a team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's books that tell us exactly that and exactly how to do it too, right? So do you think that that is true? That every top producing real estate agent's next step is to build a team?
Absolutely not. And we're going to unpack this here. But if we were to unpack it in 60 seconds for the high D's out there, that's like, just give me the meat and potatoes so I don't have to listen to you guys talk for 20 minutes. But by the way, for those of you that do want to go deeper, we are going to unpack this. Let me say this. Being a top producer on the court is radically different than leading people. And so when we talk about building a team, the two most important aspects and characteristics of the team leader is casting vision and leading and communicating to others. That's radically different than you selling homes. So if you just jump into building a team, you may bite off way more than you can chew because it's completely different.
And I would say the same thing, like seek wise counsel, talk to other team leaders. Lots of teams are built very differently. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes of what looks like a successful real estate team that people just don't know about. So once you get into building a team, there's a lot of systems, processes, tracking, finances. There's just a lot of other things to manage that you should definitely know about before you just jump in and say, hey, like, let's start a team. Do you want to work with me? So
it's a big responsibility, and you're responsible to far more people than just yourself. And it's fun, and you get the dopamine hit of thinking about starting a team and this and that and talking about it and the social media posts. But then you're going to run this team and manage it. Like, we've been running the team for 10 years. This isn't just a temporary fly-by-night kind of fun hobby to do. And I want to echo what you said. Real estate teams can look a lot of different ways. Just as many breeds of different dogs there are. I have a Bernedoodle. What kind of dog?
I have a black lab.
There you go. So completely, and that's how teams can be. And so I would say, is what is causing this desire and this question of why do you want to start a team, and get really clear on what type of outcome you want. Is it to sell more homes? Obviously, it's to sell more homes and make more money. And I don't think it can stop there. I think there needs to be more behind why you want to grow a team. And depending on your answers is then dictates on how you can build a team, because you don't have to build a conventional team based on the Red Book.
No.
There's a lot of really incredible, exciting modifications of how to build a team to adapt to your life.
And you don't even have to build a team at all. We know a lot of really successful solo agents in our area that are happy being solo agents, and they're wildly successful, and they have great lifestyles. So if you are here thinking about it, just know that you don't have to start a team. Sometimes staying solo is the best answer.
So what is the conventional first steps whenever someone thinks that they want to start a team? And I'll just talk about, again, the common path. It's okay, well, I need to start with an admin, then I'll bring on some buyer's agents, and then more people, more transactions, more expenses, more people, sales manager, and I have this team. Oh, and then now the agents need more leads, so let me start buying more leads. The agents aren't working the leads, so I need a sales manager to manage the systems for accountability. Now the agents are working leads, but they're not converting the leads. Well, I need the sales manager to teach them how to convert the leads. Well, now they've been trained and they're still not converting as many leads, so let's buy better leads, and it turns into this just huge machine. All the meanwhile, it's costing you time, it's costing your energy, your focus, your peace of mind, it's costing you profit, it's costing you margin. And what we've heard and seen from a lot of people is, I thought by building a team, I would make more money and have more time back. That's what I think most people want. And they found the opposite is true. I built this amazing team. I followed the book. I followed the path of other people that are on the leaderboard to be this team member, and now I actually have less time, less peace of mind, and less money. If I could do it all over again, I'd burn it all down and stay solo. And that's why we're making this video.
Yeah. So before the building of the monster and all of the things to manage, and actually kind of sometimes having less time and less profit, most of the people, before they even start a team, it's because there's a pain point there of I've reached my limit of my capacity and I'm super busy. So I'm going to build a team because I have enough business that I'm going to give it to other people and still be able to make money. And then I'll have more time because I'm giving my business to somebody else who we're working together with. Right?
How does that usually go for top producers to give away business and let go of control and recognition?
I mean, we have seen that play out, and let's talk about giving up control. Depending on how long you've been a solo agent, it's been you running and gunning. You only have to answer to yourself. You solve all of the problems, and probably if you've reached that level of success, you have your own way of doing things. And when somebody comes in and you're like, okay, now I'm gonna hand you this buyer and I want you to go. Well, they're not going to do it exactly the same way. And it's really hard. I mean, coming from my own experience, it's really hard not to, when you're a systems person who's very particular, it's hard not to nitpick how things went and wanting to have your hands in everything. Okay, well, where are you on this one? And what are they thinking? And how is it going? And negotiations. And I think that we've seen that play out when people can't keep their hands out of it and let go. It starts to feel micromanaging, and people don't want to be micromanaged. And then we end up having agents leave teams, or admin. We end up having admin leave teams because the team leader can't stay out of the systems and processes that the admins are running.
Right.
So control is huge, you were just saying, having that ability to let go.
And that is a matter of trusting the people that you bring on, and then delegating it to them, and then teaching, coaching, leading them, and then letting them do this. So generally there's kind of like a top producer story or a path that we see play out. And it's the same thing over and over and over, because here's the thing. If you're a top producer and you want to start a team, you have a big heart and you're great at what you do, and you want others to come along the journey with you. But being a top producer is not the same as being a team leader. A top producer is great at the art of real estate. A team leader is great at leadership, communication, and casting vision. And those two don't automatically equal one another. So what is this path, this story of a general top producer's journey? How does that play out?
So I'm a top producer. I bring on an admin. I can't give up control of the admin running the systems. Admin feels micromanaged. Admin leaves.
Admin leaves. That's a huge blow.
Yeah.
Back to solo.
Back to solo, back to being overwhelmed, back to being busier than you want to be in your life. Yeah. What about from an agent perspective?
So I'm doing all this business and I'm like, well, some leads may be falling through the cracks. I could serve more people. So let me just bring on a good friend or somebody in the office that we get along well. So, hey, why don't you join my team? Yeah, we can be partners, and we're going to go sell a lot of homes and have a lot of fun. So they bring on an agent, and then they realize that now that agent is taking a lot of their time and they're focusing their energy, because you have to lead them through all the steps and they're coming to you for all the questions. And now you realize, wow, I have less time, less energy, and I should just be doing the deals anyway.
Right, I could just do this myself.
Yeah. Nor are you necessarily getting the recognition or maybe even the fulfillment of being needed by the customers, or you don't fully trust the agent, so you're kind of interacting with the customers as well. And you may realize that you don't enjoy leading other people. And that's not a bad thing. There's no judgment around that.
No. I mean, it's definitely a personality style and personality strengths. We've taken so many personality assessments, and they have been so helpful in helping us identify strengths and areas of the business where people shine and areas of the business where it's frustrating. And having that special personality profile to be a team leader is so important.
Right.
And if you don't have it, that's okay. It just means maybe this wasn't the right path for you.
Right. Yeah. One of the fundamental questions we ask people is like, why do you want to start a team? And if the words don't come out of their mouth that says, I just love being with other people, or like, it's just better together. And you've heard me say that often. Like, I could go out, be a solo. Like, we could be partners, operations, team lead, and have like build a different model. I just enjoy it so much better with other like-minded people, like pursuing the same purpose and journey and cause. And if that's not you as a agent, then stay solo and build a team that looks radically different than bringing on agents to a conventional team where they're looking to you to pour into them and to guide them and to grow them as human beings. So anyway, at that point, generally that agent will like disassemble the agents, or like if an agent says that they're going to leave, the team leader is like, oh, thank goodness you're going to leave. Because like deep down, they just want to go back to being solo.
And they were trying to solve a problem, right? There was a real problem, and most of the time that real problem is my personal life is falling apart in the background because I'm just too busy, but I don't want to give up this business that I have. So maybe if starting a team definitely isn't the right solution to that problem for everybody. But like you said, instead of just following through the book or the model that has always been in place, there's a lot of different ways that it can look.
Yeah, so we have 4 questions. If you're thinking about starting a team, let's just knock out some of these questions for you to answer to yourself. So question number 1, do I actually enjoy people? Do I actually enjoy developing and leading other people? That's taking responsibility for them, pouring into them, like mentoring, guiding, building up, coaching, training. You're pouring it for us, for the F3 home team stands for faith, family, and freedom. We're not looking to bring an agent onto the team to just sell more deals. Like, I want to pour into them as human beings, beyond real estate and beyond money. So helping others succeeds, or do you simply love selling homes? Do you simply just want to sell more homes? And that's a great thing, but just because you want to simply sell more homes, or you love selling homes, or you love real estate, doesn't immediately mean you should start a team.
So if you love people, but you've never led anyone before, do you think leadership is something that can be learned or taught?
1,000%. And it's going to take time, and it's going to take commitment. And so that's through coaching, that's through conferences, that's through books, through podcasts. Yeah.
So I feel like if the desire is there, like, don't be scared if you don't have the leadership experience, or like, what if I'm not going to be a good leader? Like, it can definitely be learned.
And leadership starts with leading yourself. So I would look at your own lifestyle, your own focus, your own disciplines, your own willpower. And if you're a hot mess, no judgment, but you should not be looking to lead other people. Lead yourself first well.
So that was the first, like, if you should love people and you should love leading others. And the next question we have, and I'll take this one because it's, can I let go of control? And so I'll tackle this as a recovering control freak, I guess, is, can you delegate or become okay with delegation? And for me, being responsible for something means that I need to control it, because we can delegate tasks, but we can't delegate responsibility. And if you are the team leader and it's your team and it's your name and it's your brand and your vision, I can see how that would be really hard to give up responsibility and control of that to other people. But as you like to ask, what's the alternative? And I think that is kind of what made it click for me when learning to delegate. And it's a muscle to learn to delegate and give up control, to just let go of little things at a time. And like you said too, let's bring on the right people to make sure that it's somebody that we can trust or will learn to trust to handle these important aspects of our business. But what's the alternative? If you don't give up control, you're controlling everything anyway. So why did you even start the team to begin with? You're not getting back more of your time. You're not becoming less busy. You're not getting more freedom. Home is still, things are still kind of falling through the cracks. That stress is still there. So if you can't give up control, starting a team just isn't going to be the right aspect, because I know as an admin, I don't want to be micromanaged.
Right.
I want you to trust me, and I genuinely want to help you. I want things to do. Admin love to check things off the list, but you have to give them the list and let them control it. So letting people learn is definitely, you can develop it. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know that I could give up control, you can. Just let people do it. And I think the expectation is know that people will make mistakes and just be okay with it, because there's not anything in real estate that is an absolute emergency. Problems can always be fixed or solved. So give yourself a little grace, give the people and the agents that you bring on your team a little grace, because what's the alternative?
The alternative is prison. Perfection is a prison. And even if you try to do everything perfectly, then that prison is you're on 24/7. And guess what? You're still going to make mistakes. So not letting go of control is a lack of trust. A lack of trust is either hiring the wrong person or not pouring into them, teaching them, training and coaching them, and onboarding them properly, and then allowing them to do it on their own. Trust is built over time. Trust is built through relationship and experience. So of course you're not going to trust a person from day one, but if you also don't onboard them properly, then that's on you. So you got to invest in your people as well. But again, what's the alternative? The alternative is seeking perfection, and perfection is a prison, and you're back to square one. And then not going behind other people, like not redoing people's work, like that's really insulting.
And you should have just done it yourself anyway.
Yeah,
like if you're
good
going to go
point.
back and redo it. But that's definitely a way to lose trust with people, like losing trust with that person because they didn't do it the way you wanted it done, which there's a lot of different ways to do things that get you to the same result. But also now that person lost trust in you because you went behind their back.
Yeah, that's good. Question number 3, if you're thinking about starting a team, ask yourself this question. Are you willing to share responsibility and reward? So leadership means celebrating other people's success. A long time ago, we stopped putting my name on the transactions in MLS because I don't need that recognition, because I'm not building this team for recognition. And that's starting with the end in mind of why am I even doing this? And so if you need the recognition and the rewards, that's fine, but just know that that may come at a cost as well, because what about the people you're pouring into? Because they also seek recognition and reward. So are you okay sharing that with them?
I mean, we even changed the name of the team from the Josh Rogers team to the F3 home team. So yeah, if you need all of the light shown on you and you're not able to shine the light on others, starting a team may not be the right decision.
Because if you seek your validation from having the responsibility and getting the recognition, now you're going to let go of that and allow your agents to receive that. So there's going to be a dip in that validation for yourself. So that's why, as a team leader, you should get validation from pouring into and developing other people. Their success now becomes your validation and success of your own. It's no longer, the spotlight is no longer on Josh Rogers, it's on your team members, and I believe that's how it should be.
The flip side of that is having the rewards and the accolades and having, really, we don't want to say the word, but it's a lot of ego, right? Attached to that. But the flip side is are you able to handle responsibility for what the agents or the admins on your team are doing as well? Like ultimately it is your name, right? And sometimes things don't go right. And sometimes we do have to have hard conversations around expectations or mistakes or things that went wrong. And so are you willing to have those, we call them fierce conversations from the book by Susan Scott, but are you a leader enough to approach those head on in a mature and non-confrontational way, but still get the message across to address any issues on the team? So I feel like if you're going to be a team leader, not that you have to be comfortable with confrontation, but you do need to be comfortable addressing conversations when they need to be addressed. So if you're not, comfortable with confrontation enough, and you're kind of just going to let things slide under the rug and not address things head on when they need to be addressed, also running a team may not be the right solution for you.
Yep. And now the fourth conversation, do I have a vision people actually want to be a part of? The number one attribute of being a leader is casting vision. And that is something that has always been innate to me. And so vision sets the tone for the culture. It sets the tone for a larger purpose. We're not here to just sell homes. Life is not, I'm not here to just sell homes. Like there's much more larger purpose behind what we do, and then setting the direction and the wind of your larger team. So that is always casting vision of like what is now, but what is also in the future, and why are we doing this in the future together?
Because real estate gets tough. It's tough for agents. Deals are tough. Personal lives get tough. Team dynamics can get tough. Transactions can get tough. Everything can just really get tough, and it's without that vision, like what is making it worth it enough for me to stay here with these people? Or from a team leader aspect, what is making it worth it enough for me to stay here and lead everyone? So without a clear vision, like what are we doing all of this for?
So what's my vision? Well, that's why we changed the name to Faith, Family, and Freedom. We see real estate as a vehicle to impact the community and to get into other people's lives, to be a testimony of our faith and actually shine the light by the way we interact, by the way we do business, by the way we do life to Christ. So that is this as a vehicle. Like we get to do something we love and interact and impact people and make a great living and also honor Christ. So that's the common thread through everyone that's on our team. And then family, we're able to build this real estate business in a way that it supports everyone's lives rather than their lives supporting the business. A lot of real estate agents are on call 24/7 and they are handcuffed to their business. They build their life around their business. And we flip that. We build our business around our lives. And we do the best we can to protect our lives and what's most important, and that's our family. And then freedom can be defined in many different ways: financial freedom, spiritual freedom, freedom in the way that we think and treat others. And so that is the vision, and that is, again, the culture that we build on our team. And when you look at all of our team members, it's like, yeah, of course, Shauna's on our team. Of course, Adrian's on our team. Of course, Austin, and like everyone here, is because we all buy into that bigger vision.
And it's a collective. Real estate is lonely when you're doing it by yourself. And that's how the agents on our team feel. Like we would rather be doing this together than doing this on an island all by ourselves. If you saw our Google chat, I mean, all day somebody's popping in like, hey, this situation has come up. Who can help me? Hey, can somebody help me run numbers? Hey, this is something awkward that happened. Can you like walk me through it? And we're all here to support and guide. And I mean, from an administrative standpoint, if I didn't have a collective of people, like data and spreadsheets, it's just not worth it for me to stay without feeling like I'm contributing to something bigger, which is the agents on our team and their lives. And like you said, the faith, family, and freedom. There's a bigger picture that we're all working towards.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's kind of like an empty shell. I'm like, what are we doing here?
It's for the customers who are only with us for 30 to 90 days, and then they're gone.
That's good. So we want to just answer, we want to encourage you, like if you said no to any of these 4 questions we just asked you, like it's totally fine to be a single agent and build a business that supports the problems that you're experiencing. Just make sure it's a problem. So what are those frustrations, annoyances, bottlenecks, problems in your business, in your life? And let's solve to that rather than building a conventional team. And here's the thing, like we know that a team leader is like a badge of honor. And maybe like they're superior to single agents, or single agents are looked upon as lesser than team leaders who were not able to build a team, when in fact, I don't believe that's true.
No, I don't either. I think those people need to look inside themselves, because, man, there are some solo agents in our area that I just have mad respect for. Like, I don't know how they do it all on their own by themselves, but they do, and they love it. And I think that's the most important. Like, what do you love about real estate? Is it the transactions and, helping the customers? And if that's it, like, stay solo, But like you said, there's ways to solve the problems that come up, like, oh, I'm getting a little too busy. Okay, well, let's just solve that problem first, instead of let's jump all the way to, I'm going to build a real estate team that I have to manage.
Right.
But for some people, they want to do that, and that sounds fun and exciting, and that kind of, it will tell you like, hey, maybe a team leader is the right decision for me.
So I think we just land the plane with this last kind of like series of questions. If you're asking yourself whether it's time to build a team, I think we'd spend less time asking, how do I build one, and asking more time and spending more time asking the question, why do you want to build a team? Because that's the question that you should focus on.
Yeah, there's lots of solutions to the problems. So if it's, why do I want one? If it's, I'm overwhelmed, maybe a team isn't the right thing to do. Start with, why am I overwhelmed, and what are the different solutions to solve that? If your answer is, I genuinely want to be around and lead people, and I have a vision for what that looks like, then building a team may be the right next step.
Yeah, perfect. As you have questions and specific situations and nuances, DM us on Instagram at @TheJoshAndKelly. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. We also have a podcast. So we'll see you in the next conversation.